Alright, hello. I got Catherine working my camera.
Hi.
Alright, we are talking about the AeroGarden in-home garden system. It says it will grow fresh herbs and vegetables year-round. The version I have here is the Bounty Basic. It has 9 pods in it. A heirloom salad green kit comes with 9 pods, as well heirloom cherry tomatoes, which has 6 pods in this kit. Comes with a easy setup guide, and it is pretty straightforward. The biggest assembly is putting the light together. It has these USB connectors. So, you know, USBs are always like put in there twice because the first time isn't right, but there's only one way to stick it in here. Just look down there. Look your camera down there. Alright, so you can see in there, there's also the USB connector in that camera. So just like on this one, there is only one way. See, there's a little notch just in there. Just stick this in here and click. The light stand itself is collapsible or expandable, however you want to look at it. And the idea behind this is when you're starting out with your seeds, it's at the right level, and then as your plants grow up, you can just expand the grow lamp. The tray itself is a pump system with a single connection in here, and this is also, I believe, the monitoring system for this. There is a cord for connecting the power in here, and this is about a 6-foot cord, so make sure that wherever you're plugging this in, you know where, you know. Oops.
It just flickered.
Yeah, a little spark there because it was already on. You can see it's sucking up water, and the water comes out these little holes right here. There's little spouts right there. And if you want to add water, you got a big entry area here to add water.
And also it says where to fill it up to inside of there.
Yeah. It says fill to here. That's where you want to fill. Now I filled this full of water a couple weeks ago, and since then just regular evaporation has brought it down slightly. Can you see my finger? So it's down to where my finger. So that is just general evaporation of the water. Now you're supposed to cycle out the water every month, once a month, and that seems to be a little bit, you know, you got to take this off with the plants and then cycle out your water. Not sure how easy that's going to be, but we'll find out. It also comes with this little rack thing, and you can get multiple of these. So this is the idea, is that you have tall things like tomatoes and you want to have them a little more secure. So you can buy these extras, and these little knobbies right here come off, and this goes in there. But we don't need that right now. So once you've got everything set up, like I said, I've been running this, so it's like the power went out, but I can start a new garden. So controls are back and forth here. I have quick plant on and off, gardening tips. So let's say, okay, quick plant guides through planting your area. Use this whenever you want to start a new garden. Okay. Okay, so update your time. Our current time is 8:53. AM. Okay.
No.
Alright, select the garden type you are planting. Use. Alright, so. Okay. Herbs and lettuce. We are planting lettuce, peppers, and tomatoes. So, lettuce. Garden light will be used for currently you're on light schedule. So it tells the different light intervals based on the plant you're doing. Okay, so all right, so this gives the default on and off time. So 15 hours and 30 minutes of on time. So we're going to just leave that. That's fine. Pour water through the water to fill line. Extreme hard water may impact growth. So, okay. Plant your grow pods by inserting them into the grow deck. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in several of the pods. And these pods, they just look like they got some sort of
Dry dirt.
yeah, it's the seeds inside here in the top. And this feels like a sponge of sorts. So we're just going to drop these in here. Actually, we're gonna move this one in the inside. There we go. And then one more. And then we're gonna drop in.
Oh, no, see,
Yeah, all right, we'll get it. And we'll drop in one tomato on either side. Tomatoes, exact same thing. Seed in the middle, like that. And we'll get some water poured in here in a moment. All right. Add plant food using the amounts as instructed on the plant food package. So we got this liquid plant food, and it's probably going to say just add a little bit. And all right, so on the bottle is the plant food instructions, and we are doing 6 to 7 pods. Use 2 capsules at startup and every 2 weeks.
we're using 9 pods.
Yeah, but we're only using 7 pods of the. We can put 9 in there, so 9. That's 2 capsules at startup, and then 3 capsules every 2 weeks. That's the difference between that. And do not get this stuff on you. You probably say that somewhere on this. 2, and that's done. All right. Congratulations! Your AeroGarden is now ready to grow. Touch OK to continue. Your pump will run Thursday every 11. Run 1 hour every 11 hours when the germination mode. After 2 weeks, it shifts to automatically to the best pump cycle for your planted. All right. And they're showing the water amount that we're growing lettuce in 14 days. And it will also alert you when you need to add more plant food. I don't know if it alerts you if you need to change the water. I haven't seen an alert for that yet. But then again, we haven't put anything in the water to make it need to be changed. It tells you to use distilled water if you're concerned about your water source at the start. I let my water sit out for 24 hours and I poured it in here, and like I said, it has been in here for a couple weeks, just being cycled through. And that's basically about it. And we will see how this works. I'm actually going to keep my light up higher because I have a lemon tree that this thing is going to sit next to that needs. All right, as you can hopefully see, according to the calendar, this is the 5th day. There's still 9 days left before I add food. The water is still at the full level. And if we look down here, we can see there's growth coming up. Focus in on that one. There is growth in the tomato, just not as obvious as the lettuce. This tomato and this lettuce and that tomato aren't doing it as well, but we'll have to see how it goes. If I have to replace them with another pod, I won't do that until the time I need to put more food in. So this, about the second day, is when we started noticing the little plants coming out. And you can also see there's a little bit of condensation forming on the little domes, so that's good. It's keeping the water in on those, even though they don't look like they're very sturdy on there. That's where we're at so far. Yeah. So we're at day 8, and I'm almost about to remove the last 2 little lids here, and removing all the lids when the leaves start touching the top. Alright, now we are 12 days in. 2 more days until we put some more food in. And everything's looking really good. So you're not supposed to remove the extras. You're supposed to just let it all grow out. Like I said, this one obviously did not make it, so we'll replace that one in 2 days. And even though it says full, it looks like they're not. They look a little dry, but we're just gonna let them go. Let's see how they're going. Remember, this one's tomato. Those are all lettuces. And that one's a tomato. Alright, so now we got the little warning that it is time to add more plant food. And of course, now this one is growing. So we won't replace that one, but we're gonna add 3 cups. And the water looks a little dingy by now. Okay, so we are 22 days in, 6 more days till next feeding. And it says the water level is at medium, so it looks like it's finally taking up water now more. So we're going to add some more water in. Hold on. Why don't you come around this side? Get these leaves out of there. Alright. A little further. Keep going. Keep going. Yep, keep going.
Is that enough?
Yep, that's enough now.
It's dirty.
Well, that's the food, the color from the food. All right. Oops. All right, it's 26 days in, 2 more days until change out the water and also feed again. And we're actually at the point where we can pick out some leaves or lettuce and eat them in our salads. So I've been doing that. And tomato plants are getting up there. So pretty soon I think we'll be adding the little surround that goes on that. Alright, so we are on our second time to add plant food, but it says that you're supposed to replace the water every 4 weeks. So the only way I could think you do that is you're going to have to lift this up, and while you're lifting this up, you're going to have to unplug the cord behind here and then go put all of this, roots and all, hanging down like that in a sink, while you take this tub, the whole basin thing here, all connected like that, unplug it and go put it and dump the water. So that's what I'm going to do. Oop, I didn't even do that. Okay, so I only needed to take that part out. Now, since I didn't distill any water, I've had this water been sitting out. 4 quarts. We'll see how well that does to keeping it filled. Alright. And then we put it back in, making sure we don't get the cord in the water. Go. Little notch there for the cord to go back in, and then we add our food. It is almost to the full line, so I will need some more water, which I will put in some more tomorrow. Let's pick that leaf. And let's pick that leaf. And pick this leaf. All right. Food's in. Cover is back on, and OK button. Water says it's at medium, and we're in 30 days 30 according to the calendar. And we have 14 more days to the next feeding. So I'm gonna add some more plant food in. Roots are getting pretty crazy down in the water area. I just filled up from meeting water yesterday. Are you filming? I'm filming. Got it in there? Alright, so we hit the OK button. Water is full. And the leaves, plant leaves are getting all over the place. So we are going to add some support here for the tomatoes that are getting pretty tall. Don't know how much support this is really going to do, but we'll just add them in here. Yeah, take out the little knobbers. Stick that in. Alright, and then we just slide that on. Guess like and there we go. All right. That's it for now. Hopefully we'll start getting some tomato flowers soon. So I got a lot of tomatoes on here. And it's time to add more food. I actually forgot to do this yesterday. Go. And the water's back down to medium, which I just filled it up like 2 days ago. So the tomato plants are really sucking up the water by themselves. But you know, they've got a bunch of tomatoes on. This is obviously a determinate tomato plant. It only grew this high, and all the tomatoes are coming at once. So it's day 100, and it is full of tomatoes. But none of them are ripe yet. So, still waiting for. Alright, so it's day 108, and yesterday we had a little mishap. I was adding more water to the bin down there, and apparently I touched the plants wrong, and now I have to string them up because they were laying down so far. I thought they were just gonna fall over. So the tomato plants have gotten so heavy that they won't stand up by themselves, and it knocked over the little ring thing here. So I guess It'd probably be best to have 2 of these to make sure everything's held up fine. But as you can see, there's even more flowers coming, more here. So I expect more tomatoes. I got 2 are colored here, and somewhere in there somewhere is another one that I saw that had some color too. I really can't see it, but it's in there somewhere. So none to pick yet, and hopefully everything's going to be all right, that these will continue to grow and I didn't mess anything up. It's at 115 days, and right now this group of tomatoes are ripening, and my assistant is going to pick these 3 right here. That one, that one, and that one. So be careful, because it looks like they'll all fall off if you grab them wrong. Yep, that one. Now, down underneath, there's also some tomatoes. So we have to go underneath and find them. All right, can you get it? All right, you get it. Get it. All right, do you see the ones underneath there? All right, careful now. And you can kind of see how it gets. So not all of them are ready, so it's a little hard to get those ones there. And the ones in the back are not ready yet. So it's, alright, she's getting the one way underneath. Oh, see, that's what we were worried about. So I'll let this one sit out for a bit, and hopefully it'll ripen up. But we got 7 right now.
Yes.
And there's plenty more, and it looks like this bunch here is going to do it. So 115 days from putting them in and to picking them. Obviously the lettuce takes a lot less time. There are 2 plants growing each out of the tomato things, and they tell you not to remove them, but you know, I'm wondering if it was probably not a good idea to keep both of them there, but we did, and they kind of take over the whole thing. So maybe you can grow 1 tomato plant with your lettuce on this side, but you definitely cannot grow more than just these 2 tomato plants, because they will take up the entire thing. And as I pointed out, I did a short, you know, I hit it just slightly, and this came undone. It started falling over, so I had to string it up. And when I strung it up on this, I was a little worried that this light would actually fall down, because it's just like, you know, holds it up by a little bit of friction and stuff. But it looks like we'll get a good number of tomatoes. Even these ones are starting up here, so we'll have some more from this batch over here. It obviously requires more water after a certain point, because it just, obviously the tomatoes are just wanting more and more water and everything. So that is the AeroGarden, from setup to harvest.